On March 14, 2025, at approximately 11:58 a.m., Trooper Jay Silva was working an off-duty detail for Demoya Construction Group along westbound mile marker 70 in Collier County. While monitoring traffic in a lane closure, he heard a horn and saw a dark-colored Chevrolet pickup traveling the wrong way at high speed, partially on the shoulder and in the eastbound lane. Trooper Silva attempted to intercept the vehicle, but the driver continued into the median and past his patrol unit. Silva activated his emergency lights and sirens, and a pursuit began. At first, the Chevrolet appeared to pull over on the shoulder, but as Trooper Silva stepped out of his patrol car, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled. The pursuit continued at speeds reaching 120 miles per hour.
6095, you're set to stop, try to get him out, put back, 1031, northbound 74. That's what I'm on for. Traffic's light, passing mile marker 75. So heading northbound. He's increasing, decreasing speeds. So by there in the left lane. Okay, this way. I'm 3620, mile marker 76, northbound 76 miles.
She's giving up the location and traffic conditions.
6095. Traffic's light. Traffic's behind him.
I'm in front of the vehicle. I'm going to do a horn roadblock. I'm going to slow him down. Stand by.
As the driver slowed down again, Trooper Caratella moved ahead to block any attempt to accelerate. At that moment, Trooper Silva performed a pit maneuver.
I'm attempting pit.
And blocking the neighbor. There you go. There you go. Sit. Everyone successfully mountain driving signal for whiskey. He is northbound in the southbound lane. Send me to the shoulder.
10-4, take a successful driving signal for whiskey northbound and southbound.
After the pit maneuver, the driver managed to maintain control and continued driving into oncoming traffic. However, he eventually came to a stop due to heavy traffic congestion. Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle and took the driver into custody. He was identified as Physicians Regional and charged with reckless driving, first offense, and failure to obey law enforcement. During a medical evaluation, the driver stated he needed mental health assistance. At approximately 11:30 a.m. on July 2, 2024, the Delaware County Dispatch Center issued a "Be on the lookout" alert for a stolen vehicle, a white 2024 Toyota RAV4, last seen on U.S. Route 95 near mile marker 20 in Richland County. The vehicle had previously been involved in multiple pursuits with other agencies. Shortly after, a sergeant from the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Mount Gilead post spotted the RAV-4 heading southbound on U.S. Route 95 in Knox County. When the sergeant attempted a traffic stop as the vehicle entered Fredericktown, the driver refused to pull over, initiating another pursuit.
Left on Tuttle, back towards 95. Right on to 95, back into town. Heading north on 13. These two occupants crossing the median, going signal 100.
As the pursuit began, the suspect immediately showed extreme recklessness by crossing the grassy median and driving into oncoming lanes at high speed. From the way the vehicle maneuvered to escape, it was clear the suspects were not going to be easy to stop.
I can't get in front of them. If I could pit them, I would, but I can't get in front of them. Still northbound.
The red light.
The pursuit continued toward Mount Vernon, but was called off due to the suspect's reckless driving and the danger posed to the public. An aviation unit in the area responded and located the Toyota, tracking it from the air as it traveled along Interstate 71 through Morrow, Delaware, and Franklin counties. Ground units followed from a distance without activating lights or sirens.
He doesn't have a shoulder to pass on, so he's slowing down just a little bit.
.1138, chopper 3.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, 1138.
Go ahead for aviation.
What are we following him for? Do you have him for speed?
No, negative. This was a 75 vehicle. It was bowled out of Morrow County. It's ran from 4 different agencies, 5 being our agency. We've been in multiple pursuits with them and brought them down here now.
Okay. We have a supervisor monitoring up there.
Right, I've got a supervisor that's flying. I've got a supervisor in another fixed wing plane above me, and I believe there is a supervisor on the ground as well.
33 is also trailing.
Our West Broad exit, and he's going to continue on 270, so he's giving up the exit.
The Toyota continued south on Interstate 71, exited onto Interstate 270 westbound, and then merged south onto State Route 315. Troopers attempted to deploy stop sticks near the Ackerman Road exit, but the effort was unsuccessful. The suspect vehicle then turned west onto Interstate 670 before looping back onto Interstate 71 southbound. The pursuit pressed on into Greene County, with troopers maintaining a safe following distance.
Okay.
.1146, you did copy 1748's traffic of do not actively pursue, correct?
Right, I'll go ahead and shut my lights off.
Six seven four West.
We're coming up to, looks like State Route 38 and 71. I'm sorry, State Route 54, I believe. 56, disregard, sorry, 56. Still going to be southbound.
Another set of stop sticks was deployed as the pursuit continued. This time, although the suspect attempted to swerve and avoid them, luck was no longer on his side.
into the cornfield. Need you stop, guys. You stop and give it up. Alright, dispatcher, got whatever done.
Can you say anything? Get him up, walk him this way. Get him up, come this way. Get up! Get up, come here. Get up! I can't see his hands. Get back, get back. His hands. Get up! Turn around and come backwards. Walk backwards.
While trying to avoid the stop sticks, the suspect lost control and struck the rear of a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado, driven by 56-year-old Albert Cini of Waldorf, Maryland. The vehicle came to a stop on the shoulder. The driver, Tevin Marion, 29, and passenger, Darius Thompson, 38, both from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, were taken into custody without further incident. Marion was booked into Clinton County Jail and charged with felony failure to comply, along with misdemeanors for driving without a license, not wearing a seatbelt, and failure to maintain control. He also had an active felony warrant and faces additional charges in Knox County and other jurisdictions. Around 10:05 a.m. on August 19, 2023, officers were searching for a suspect believed to be armed. Before long, they located him driving a pickup truck. At a nearby intersection, officers spotted the vehicle and conducted a stop. When they approached, the suspect became uncooperative, and officers immediately noticed a 3-year-old child inside the truck.
I'm going to be out.
I believe it's going to be you.
Already officer here. I believe it's going to be the subject.
10-4, the name matches what's posted on your file.
Just moments before the suspect sped off, an officer managed to pull the child safely from the passenger seat. Despite this, the suspect showed no concern for his own child and fled the scene. A pursuit was immediately initiated. The pursuit continued at speeds between 70 and 80 miles per hour. Moments later, Trooper Bates surged into the lead, positioning himself for a high-speed pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end.
you know your area. You gotta get it proper over again. Just keep
executed a pit maneuver at roughly 80 miles per hour, sending the suspect's truck sliding into the ditch on the left as Bates's patrol vehicle dropped into the ditch. Moments later, the suspect emerged with a weapon and pointed it toward the troopers, forcing officers to open fire. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to the hospital with serious injuries, but he survived. Around 5:27 p.m., on February 18, 2024, a North Olmsted officer attempted to pull over a Chrysler PT Cruiser on Brook Park Road for a license plate and brake light violation. The officer immediately activated emergency lights, but the driver refused to stop, continuing at a slow speed. When the officer turned on the siren as well, the driver still ignored the order to pull over.
He's reaching all around in the car. We'll be heading east on Brook Park. Temp tag in the window, Robert 693668. Black PT Cruiser. .31 miles an hour. He's coming to a stop, Brook Park in front of Dick's. He's taking off.
A few minutes later, officers deployed spike strips in an attempt to disable the suspect's vehicle, but they appeared to have little effect. Moments afterward, the driver accelerated, reaching speeds of around 60 miles per hour in an effort to flee.
On Brook Park, speeds are at 60 miles an hour, no traffic. Speeds 81 miles an hour, eastbound on Brook Park, passing Walmart. Reason for the stop, display of plates and brake light. Approaching Grace, Brook Park, Brook Park, eastbound, approaching Grace. Traffic's moderate, eastbound on Brook Park, past Grace. He crashed out, rollover MVA in front of O'Neill Healthcare. Start me a squad.
The chase continued eastbound on Brook Park Road. Just before reaching Clegg Road, the suspect lost control, sending the vehicle off the roadway and flipping multiple times. The driver was ejected during the crash. As officers approached the scene, the suspect complied and lay on the ground. From the overturned vehicle, the sound of a child crying could be heard. Officers quickly rushed in and safely removed the child from the smoking car.
Get on the ground. Spread your hands. Spread your hands. Are you the only one?
I'm standing there.
We have a kid in the vehicle. He's crying. Male's at gunpoint. I will. You stay right there. Just spread your legs and feet out. Okay, we got an ambulance coming.
The driver was identified as 30-year-old Antoine L. Lindsay. He was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The child, who was buckled in the back seat, appeared unharmed but was also taken to the hospital as a precaution. Officers later learned Lindsay's license was suspended and he was illegally carrying a firearm. He now faces charges of failure to comply, having weapons under disability, and child endangerment. On March 14, 2025, at approximately 11:58 a.m., Trooper Jay Silva was working an off-duty detail for Demoya Construction Group along westbound mile marker 70 in Collier County. While monitoring traffic in a lane closure, He heard a horn and saw a dark-colored Chevrolet pickup traveling the wrong way at high speed, partially on the shoulder and in the eastbound lane. Trooper Silva attempted to intercept the vehicle, but the driver continued into the median and past his patrol unit. Silva activated his emergency lights and sirens, and a pursuit began. At first, the Chevrolet appeared to pull over on the shoulder, but as Trooper Silva stepped out of his patrol car, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled. The pursuit continued at speeds reaching 120 miles per hour.
1695, you're set to stop, try to get him out. We're back, 1031, northbound 74. Traffic's light, passing mile marker 75. So heading northbound. He's increasing, decreasing speeds. By there, there's that lane. I'm 3620, mile marker 76, northbound 76 miles.
She's giving up the location and traffic conditions.
1695. Traffic's light. Traffic's behind us.
I'm in front of the vehicle. I'm going to do a horizontal block. I'm going to slow him down. Stand by.
As the driver slowed down again, Trooper Caratella moved ahead to block any attempt to accelerate. At that moment, Trooper Silva performed a pit maneuver.
I'm attempting to pit.
And blocking the mirror. There you go. Everyone successfully now starting signal for whiskey. He is northbound in the southbound lane. In the construction shoulder. Successful signal for whiskey northbound and southbound.
After the pit maneuver, the driver managed to maintain control and continued driving into oncoming traffic. However, he eventually came to a stop due to heavy traffic congestion. Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle and took the driver into custody. He was identified as Physicians Regional and charged with reckless driving, first offense, and failure to obey law enforcement. During a medical evaluation, the driver stated he needed mental health assistance. On September 16, 2025, around 11:36 p.m., Trooper Hunter Glover was patrolling eastbound on Interstate 630 near the 6-mile marker when he spotted a black Nissan Pathfinder with temporary tags speeding past his patrol unit in the number 3 lane at about 90 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone, its hazard lights flashing. Trooper Glover activated his blue lights and attempted a traffic stop. The Pathfinder slowed slightly to around 80 miles per hour, but refused to yield, continuing eastbound. Glover notified Troop A dispatch and turned on his sirens, but the driver made no attempt to stop. By the 4-mile marker, the vehicle was still traveling roughly 75 miles per hour, and Glover officially declared it a pursuit.
Item 8, 10-4, 1135.
Still eastbound, passing the 5, speed 77.
Little Rock, Adam 21, do you want the net? Little Rock, Adam 21, do you want the net?
Negative, stand by. Passing the 4, speed 69. Going ship 1037.
Little Rock, the unit that is 1063 for Adam 21.
Pull over now. Pull over now. Pull over now, or I'm putting you in the ditch. Coming up on the 3B, keeps waving out the window at me.
Coming up on the 3B.
Trooper Glover positioned his patrol vehicle alongside the driver's side and used the PA system to order the driver to pull over, warning that he would force the vehicle to stop if necessary. The driver extended her hand out the window as if signaling him to let her pass. Observing that she was holding a cell phone and checking her screen, Trooper Glover saw text messages rather than an emergency call. He then executed a tactical vehicle intervention, spinning the Pathfinder about 90 degrees counterclockwise. Trooper Glover quickly exited his vehicle, drew his firearm, and took the driver into custody. 2 off-duty Little Rock officers arrived to assist. The driver, later identified as 40-year-old Sherhonda Collins, was secured in the back of Trooper Glover's patrol vehicle.
Step to me. All right, cool. Step out of the car. Step out of the car and come to me. Keep your hands up.
On February 28, 2025, around 9:38 p.m., Trooper Kennedy was traveling west on Interstate 30 near mile marker 124 when he noticed a silver GMC Terrain following behind him and slowing down to avoid passing. When the vehicle eventually passed, it accelerated, and Trooper Kennedy saw the temporary tag was unsecured and unreadable. He attempted a traffic stop, but the driver pretended to pull over before merging back into traffic and fleeing. Just minutes into the pursuit, Trooper Kennedy successfully executed a TVI on the North Interstate 30 service road near Marketplace Road. The suspect's vehicle veered into a ditch and overturned onto the driver's side before coming to rest between the interstate in the service road.
Hey, stay right there. Don't touch yourself, okay?
The driver, identified as Abubakar Haruna, was found unconscious with heavy facial bleeding after the crash. A small child climbed out of the vehicle through a window. Trooper Kennedy carried the child to safety and found no visible injuries. Haruna later regained consciousness and showed signs of intoxication. She was not wearing a seatbelt and likely struck the steering wheel or windshield during impact. An upside-down car seat was found on the back floorboard, suggesting the child had not been properly restrained before the crash. On the night of March 17, 2025, a patrol officer observed a blue Dodge Challenger swerving between lanes and passing other vehicles without signaling. Suspecting the driver was impaired, the officer followed and attempted a traffic stop. However, the driver accelerated and fled at high speed, prompting an immediate pursuit. A few minutes later, the officer managed to close the distance to the suspect. Realizing a pit maneuver at such high speeds would be unsafe, the officer attempted to force the suspect's vehicle toward the shoulder. However, the suspect aggressively resisted, making it difficult for the officer to bring the pursuit to an end.
Put your fucking hands up! Put your hands up right now! I'll fucking shoot you! Get on your face! Get on your face! One at gunpoint, 1050, Glade at 10, you're Glade at 10, you're...
A few minutes later, the suspect lost control of the vehicle at high speed, veered off the road, and disabled the car. The driver stepped out, surrendered, and was taken into custody without further incident.
Vehicle clear, I'm 1095.
At about 9:32 a.m. on August 8, 2025, Trooper Bird was on patrol when he spotted a gray Nissan being driven in a manner that suggested the driver was impaired. Bird followed with his emergency lights activated, but the driver continued on until stopping at a red light.
Adam 85, Boulevard 1024. Adam 85. Received. 30 East 113, Boy Charles Ball 27 David. PCP 270 on the Gray Nissan Road.
Put your car in park. Put your car in park. Put your car in park. Take your foot off the brake. Put your car in park and take your foot off the brake. Take your foot off the, put your car in park.
I got my phone with me.
That's fine, but put your car in park.
What I'm saying is, I know I'm gonna have to go to jail, so I need you to, I need
That's fine, then just stop where you're at. You don't determine this. Stop and listen. Put the car in park now. Put it in park and turn it off. Put the keys on top of the car. Put the keys on top of the car!
Don't tell me I'm trying to do this.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
See, that's
Put the car in park. 46 Will you start me over? I took Rodney Parent.
Trooper Bird ordered the driver to put the vehicle in park. The driver refused, telling him, "My son is with me." He admitted he was facing jail time and insisted he wanted to take his son to the child's mother first. Despite Bird's repeated commands to stop immediately, the driver ignored the order and attempted to drive off at a slow speed.
48 Little Rock, I'm north of Carnival, 1019.
Will you start LRPD to me? We're east on Ronnie Perron, headed to Breckenridge. He's on the phone. He told me that I was going to follow him to his baby mama's side. And I told him no, but he took off driving. He's got his son in the car with him.
10-4. What's your 20 now?
Eastbound Ronnie Perron at the Quad Express car wash. I'm fixing the TV out. Low speeds. Show me your hands now! Show me your...
Because the Nissan was moving at a low speed, Trooper Bird performed a pit maneuver, bringing the chase to an end in the parking lot of a car wash. Once in custody, the driver pleaded with officers not to hurt him, claiming his only intention had been to get his son to safety before being arrested. During questioning, he admitted to having a little marijuana in the vehicle. The driver argued he was trying to act as a responsible father, but troopers countered that the safest choice would have been to stop when first ordered. Thankfully, the child was unharmed in the incident.
I know you were finna take me to jail, so I'm just trying to take my son there. Like, damn, you act like I'm doing something bad.
At about 2 p.m. on September 22nd, 2024, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted a blue Nissan speeding on North 12th Avenue. When the trooper attempted a traffic stop, the Nissan accelerated to around 100 miles per hour, initiating a dangerous pursuit. A short time later, the suspect slowed down, allowing the trooper to catch up and look for an opportunity to perform a pit maneuver. However, the suspect quickly accelerated again, speeding away before the trooper could make contact.
You better not move, I'll shoot! I'll shoot!
Where'd you crash out at?
At about 2:15 p.m., the pursuit reached North 12th Avenue, south of East Jordan Street in Escambia County, where the Nissan lost control and crashed at high speed into 5 other vehicles and a nearby house. Officers quickly moved in to arrest the suspects and assist the injured. The driver, 25-year-old Antion Lamar Smith, was charged with felony fleeing and eluding, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana, and trafficking fentanyl. The passenger, 21-year-old Tariq Jamil Watson, faced the same drug-related charges. Smith remains in the Escambia County Jail without bond, while Watson is being held on $57,500 bond. No serious injuries were reported in the crash. At approximately 7:45 a.m. on June 11, 2025, Trooper Walcott received information about a vehicle wanted in connection with multiple armed robberies. Minutes later, a vehicle matching the description passed by him. He quickly pulled out and began following, preparing to initiate a traffic stop. The driver did not stop immediately. Instead, the vehicle continued at a slow speed with the right turn signal activated, as if preparing to pull over. The suspect eventually pulled over to the side of the road, but just as Trooper Walcott was about to step out of his patrol vehicle, the driver suddenly accelerated, fleeing at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, unaware that this decision would ultimately lead to a tragic outcome. During the pursuit, the suspect pulled out a firearm and fired toward Trooper Walcott. Moments later, while traveling at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, the suspect lost control. The vehicle veered off the roadway, went airborne, and crashed into multiple trees in a wooded area beside the road. The driver was later identified as Joey Vincent Simmons II, 23 years old. He was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. Had he stopped at the beginning, the outcome may have been very different. On January 29, 2026, at approximately 1:55 p.m., Trooper Trey Smith was on patrol when he observed a gray Chevrolet HHR traveling southbound on Interstate 49 near exit 64. A records check revealed that the registered owner had a suspended driver's license, and when Trooper Smith attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the vehicle refused to comply and fled, leading to a pursuit.
1037. All units 1063, 1033.
Same thing on square,
The driver was later identified as Steve Robinson, 31, and was taken into custody following a brief pursuit. During a search of Robinson's person, Trooper Smith discovered a Taurus Millennium G2 handgun in the pocket of his jacket, and a fully loaded extended magazine was later located near a tree in the area where the vehicle came to a stop. Around 11 p.m. on January 31st, 2025, a Stoughton, Wisconsin patrol officer attempted to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation. When emergency lights were activated, the driver failed to stop and gradually accelerated, quickly turning the encounter into a pursuit.
842, failure to yield. No, hasn't broken. Eastbound 1080. Almost 1050.
Because the driver was fleeing at high speed, officers made the decision to terminate the pursuit in the interest of public safety. Even so, units were advised to remain alert for the vehicle. Minutes later, officers located the car crashed and overturned, with the driver still trapped inside.
Please, do not move. Please. Where you at?
Officer,
45, I can hear movement, but I don't see anybody. Stay right there.
I'm in here.
Stay right there, show me your hands.
Right here.
Do not move. Is there anybody else in the vehicle with you?
No, sir.
Are you injured?
No, sir.
45, one at gunpoint. Occupant said he's not injured. He's the only occupant. Keep your hands up.
They up.
Let me see them both.
Right here.
Do not move. Do you have any weapons?
No, sir. Do not move.
41 on scene.
I think we can open up this back door and get him over this way.
Moving.
You the only one in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Keep them hands up.
They up.
You're cool, we're cool. Just stay there. 45. Currently, all doors are locked. Occupants pinned. Are you injured?
No, sir.
Can you crawl out the back seat?
I can try.
I want to see your hands the entire time. Stay right there. Okay? Do not move. Crawl out, keeping your hands up.
I can't get out. This right here.
11. All the doors are locked. He's pinned in the vehicle at the moment. We have him at gunpoint.
Good.
Yeah. What's that seat in your way?
Yeah, this right here.
Listen, man, you got any weapons in the car at all?
No, I have nothing.
Nothing in the car. Can you? And them seats not going to come up, huh? Let's just wait till we get more people here. So, I want to see your other hand, though, man.
Right here.
Yep.
Let me see. Nah, this right here.
Okay. Well, keep your hands up. Does that headrest come out? Okay.
Yeah.
Does that headrest come out?
I don't think so.
You're not injured, correct?
No.
Okay.
The driver was taken into custody and transported to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A search of the vehicle uncovered a small, zippered bag, later identified as cocaine. The driver, 44-year-old Pravon, was arrested and booked into the Dane County Jail on multiple charges, including fleeing an officer and drug-related offenses. Several charges were later dismissed. Pravon ultimately pleaded guilty to 2 felonies, fleeing an officer and possession of cocaine with intent to deliver. On November 26, 2025, a judge imposed a sentence of 2 years in prison and 2 years of extended supervision on each count, but stayed the prison time. Instead, Pravon was ordered to serve 3 years of probation and 2 months in jail with Huber privileges. On June 1, 2025, at approximately 12:34 a.m., Sergeant Ben Ibarra was patrolling northbound on Interstate 530 near mile marker 2. While stopped on the right shoulder, Sergeant Ibarra was monitoring rear traffic with radar when he observed a gray passenger vehicle approaching at 90 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone. A traffic stop was initiated after the vehicle passed his location.
To the road, 10, 15, 10, 25.
Well, Corporate Ben Ibarra, say please, I pulled you over speeding, okay? Please, I pulled you over speeding.
Speeding? Mm-hmm. I was going 65.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, I got a rear radar on me, right? You were doing 90 when you came up behind me over the top of the hill.
Sergeant Ibarra approached the passenger side and saw the driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt. The vehicle contained a black male driver and a white female passenger. The driver repeatedly refused to identify himself, claiming the passenger had his ID. When Sergeant Ibarra moved to the driver's side to remove him for proper identification, the driver suddenly sped off.
Adam 19, we're on 1037. 530 northbound of the 2. Gray Honda Accord, Roy Charles Paul, 99 Frank. We'll count on 30.
830 west. Taking 31.
Go ahead, 18, 10, 11, action, 10, 19.
About that's coming up 60 minutes. Down for this traffic here. Gonna get through this traffic. Make sure he doesn't think 60 pips on me.
The suspect fled northbound on I-530 before merging west onto I-30, reaching speeds up to 124 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone.
TBI, Scott Hamilton.
Near Scott Hamilton Drive, Sergeant Ibarra successfully performed a pit maneuver, disabling the vehicle in a northside ditch. Both occupants were safely taken into custody.
Show me your fucking hands! Show me your hands! Keep them up! Keep them up! Show me, stick him out the window, you dumb motherfucker! Stick him all the way out. Get your fucking head out. Roll out. Get on the fucking ground. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
The driver was identified as 19-year-old Lamonte Thompson and the passenger as 19-year-old Sharon Bryan. A loaded Taurus 9mm handgun with an extended magazine was found between the driver and passenger seats. Bryan sustained minor injuries but declined medical treatment. Thompson reported no injuries and also refused care. He was found to possess only an ID card and did not have a driver's license. The vehicle, registered to Bryan, sustained significant damage to the front end, undercarriage, both rear quarter panels, and the rear bumper. At about 7:19 a.m. on September 14th, 2025, Trooper Middlecoff observed a white Honda Civic traveling over the speed limit on Interstate 40. He activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop as the Honda exited at mile marker 265. At first, the driver appeared to comply by stopping at an intersection, but as Trooper Middlecoff stepped out of his patrol car, the Honda suddenly sped off at high speed, beginning a pursuit the driver would soon regret. The pursuit reached speeds of over 130 miles per hour and quickly became extremely reckless. Seeing the danger to the public, Trooper Middlecoff decided to use a high-speed pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end.
Driver, show your hands! Driver, show your hands! Just east of Lehigh.
With the airbags deployed, officers could not see the driver. After forming an approach, the driver complied and was taken into custody without further incident. He admitted he had no driver's license, which appeared to be the reason for his attempt to flee.
Please tell me you didn't run because...
Around 12:15 p.m. on December 14th, 2025, Trooper Sampson received a request to assist in a pursuit involving a Ford F-150 fleeing Garland County deputies. Trooper Sampson immediately began searching, quickly located the pursuit, and moved into the primary position, preparing to execute a PIT maneuver.
I've got it. Continue on. Turn it over to state.
After multiple pit attempts, the Ford ultimately crashed into a nearby house. The driver, Jason Griffith, fled on foot and threw an object before being taken into custody. The object was a black Ruger 9mm handgun loaded with 8 rounds. Griffith was also found in possession of methamphetamine, suspected dimethyltryptamine, and another bag containing an unidentified brown powder. Property damage was estimated at approximately $20,000. Griffith was booked into jail with a $100,000 bond. At approximately 10:15 p.m. on October 16, 2021, police received reports of an illegal street racing gathering at 2022 Headland Drive in East Point, Georgia. where a police helicopter arrived ahead of ground units and observed a white and green Chevrolet Camaro performing repeated donuts in a parking lot, the engine roaring as the driver continued to show off, unaware that officers on the ground were already closing in and that the brief thrill of the moment was about to come at a cost.
Still don't have street overlay, so if you get into anything, I'm gonna have to have y'all call it. I can still keep the camera on it, but I don't have street overlay.
Watch that parking lot. They're doing right there. They're coming out right here, guys.
Splitting, they're splitting. They're splitting. That gold one's still doing donuts, though.
Robert Young Ida 9863.
Get your hands up!
Go around, I think I'm looking.
Get on the ground. Get on your face.
Camaro. I'm looking for the other
You ain't gonna apologize. You ain't gonna apologize.
At approximately 2:12 a.m. on February 11th, 2024, the North Little Rock Police Department requested assistance with a vehicle pursuit on I-440 West. Trooper Cass responded from Interstate 30 East near mile marker 131 and assumed primary position in the pursuit on Interstate 440 near mile marker 1.
There he is. He's swerving all over the place. They look like they're about to hit her. Speed 36, no traffic.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Push it pretty good.
They've got TVI. Appears to have been successful. Felony takedown.
Alright, don't get up in their way. Don't get up in their way.
The driver immediately exited the vehicle, walked to the concrete barrier, looked over the edge, and then suddenly jumped. The drop was approximately 50 feet. After impact, the driver was unable to stand. Trooper Cass requested medical assistance while Corporal B. Ibarra approached and attempted to render aid. The driver was transported to UAMS, where Dr. Melissa Kest pronounced him deceased at 2:57 hours. At approximately 7:05 a.m. on July 3, 2025, Trooper Cass received a request for pursuit assistance from the Little Rock Police Department. He quickly positioned himself to engage and soon located the suspect vehicle, a white Ford Fusion. Trooper Cass joined the pursuit and took the lead in attempting to stop the fleeing car.
630, passing the 2B.
After just over a minute into the pursuit, Trooper Cass closed in on the suspect vehicle and executed a pit maneuver, causing the car to spin clockwise. However, the maneuver was not enough to bring the vehicle to a complete stop, and the suspect continued fleeing in the opposite direction. The suspect was ultimately taken into custody without further incident. Given Trooper Cass's firm and decisive response throughout the encounter, it is unlikely the driver will attempt such behavior again, at least not when faced with her patrol vehicle. Around 10:05 a.m. on August 19, 2023, officers were searching for a suspect believed to be armed. Before long, they located him driving a pickup truck. At a nearby intersection, officers spotted the vehicle and conducted a stop. When they approached, the suspect became uncooperative, and officers immediately noticed a 3-year-old child inside the truck.
I'm going to be out.
I believe it's going to be you.
Already officer here. I believe it's going to be the subject.
10-4, the name matches what's posted on your file.
Just moments before the suspect sped off, an officer managed to pull the child safely from the passenger seat. Despite this, the suspect showed no concern for his own child and fled the scene. A pursuit was immediately initiated. The pursuit continued at speeds between 70 and 80 miles per hour. Moments later, Trooper Bates surged into the lead, positioning himself for a high-speed pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end.
Your area, you just gotta get it comparable again.
The suspect was taken into custody and transported to the hospital with serious injuries, but he survived.
There may have been a shot fired by a deputy. 36 was not shot at him. Suspect has fired a couple rounds.
On the afternoon of June 27th, 2024, Trooper Phelps spotted a Chevrolet Camaro convertible and began to follow it. As the trooper was attempting to run the license plate, the driver suddenly accelerated, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Red Chevy Camaro. Yeah, 0271. Adam William, 59 Frank. 1037.
Copy 1037. Copy 1037.
Come your hands! Show me your hands now! Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car! What do I do? Get out of the car now! Okay, what do I do? Get out of the car! What do I do? Dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Stop! Stop! What are you doing? Stop! Stop! What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
After the collision, Trooper Phelps exited his patrol unit with his weapon drawn and ordered the driver to step out. As the patrol car slowly reversed, officers pulled the driver from the Camaro. A struggle erupted on the sidewalk, with both the trooper and the suspect grappling on the ground. A bystander rushed in to assist, and although the footage lacks a clear angle, it is evident that the driver was eventually subdued and taken into custody. The suspect now faces multiple charges, including assault on a law enforcement officer and drug possession. At approximately 8:23 p.m. on May 7th, 2025, Washington State Patrol troopers observed a silver Honda weaving through traffic at speeds exceeding 115 miles per hour on Interstate 90 near Snoqualmie. When Trooper Watts attempted a traffic stop, the driver fled recklessly, initiating a pursuit.
Under 80. Let's try the spikes first. Let's have a set up.
Successful pit. Successful pit under 40. And they're stopping on the right shoulder. They got out of the pit, but we're stopped just east of exit 18.
Supervising successful pit under 40. Stop just east of Mount Station.
They're taking off again. Exiting the high point. We're about 70 miles an hour.
Exiting the high point, 10 miles per hour.
Getting back on that eastbound 90. Gonna try for a pit again.
Sorry, another 0.
Hello, 32020.
During the pursuit, a gray Infiniti began interfering with the troopers' efforts to stop the Honda. However, the driver appeared to overestimate his abilities, and he soon became a target of the pursuit himself.
Stop, we're eastbound 90 from High Point.
Supervising vehicles now east 90 from High Point.
Get out the car, face away from me. Get away from me. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now.
Right, 668 out for front.
006 got out of the vehicle. That's what we're It's a gray Infiniti group back eastbound 90.
Here's the contact break and moving interfering on eastbound 96.
The male driver looks Hispanic, white skin, black hair, with a red and white jacket.
Should have been male driver with a red and black jacket to her.
And there's two vehicles now, and this is a Infinity right in front of me trying to interfere from this pursuit. We're about 100 miles an hour. The fleet vehicle's in lane 1.
Carlos, zero line, my son and I see the Infinity vehicle.
The Honda has a flat tire, the rear right tire is flat. This car is falling apart from the rear bumper.
Just because Honda has a flat tire on the part of it.
Exiting the High Point. Sorry, we were coming from Highlands when I originally stopped him. He yelled out the window that he has a kid and he's losing control. We're on the off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
Hey, man.
The vehicle lost control, exiting the High Point from Highlands. Subject that is a child in the vehicle today.
After striking a patrol vehicle and driving the wrong way into the eastbound lanes, the Honda driver lost control again. The car spun out and became stuck in a ditch between the Highlands and High Point exits, allowing officers to contain the vehicle. Inside the Honda, troopers found the driver, a 3-year-old girl, and a 25-year-old female passenger. Officers then continued pursuing the Infinity.
What's the status of that? The other car that was interfering.
On Friday, March 1st, 2024, at about 8:20 p.m., Trooper Ramsey was traveling east on U.S. Highway 412 near the Hometown Country Store when he spotted a Ford Fusion driving through a parking lot with its turn signal on, but no headlights. The car accelerated, stopped twice in the lot, then sped onto West Van Zant Road, still without lights. When Ramsey turned onto West Van Zant, he saw the vehicle had finally switched on its headlights, but was now speeding at more than 50 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. He activated his emergency lights. The driver briefly slowed, then accelerated again, fleeing at roughly 80 miles per hour.
I'm on South Bend, out with black, Ford car, Adam Henry, border 53 Frank, ran a crash out. Hands! Go on the ground! On the ground! How many others?
The vehicle soon lost control, struck a drainage culvert, bounced back onto the roadway, and crashed into a large tree before coming to a stop. Trooper Ramsey notified dispatch and moved in to secure the scene. The driver climbed out immediately and complied with commands. He was identified as Grant Thomas and was taken into custody without incident. A strong odor of intoxicants was detected coming from Thomas.
No, sir. No.
Stand up.
Yes, sir. Oh,
I appreciate you.
Give me a second, please. Please, sir.
Huh?
Please, give me 1 second, please.
I'm trying.
One second. Yes, sir.
How drunk are you?
I know, sir. Oh, I'm a pretty good boy. Hey.
Okay.
Man, I'm supposed to do it, please.
Cool, well, also 19 after that. Here's 220 off the tag.
You're not going to run
Did you go ahead
free.
and get Washington County?
Your
They got
mom
any more
calling
work for you?
Yeah, you understand.
You could have hit anybody in this house.
Yes, sir. You're right.
You're going to want to smoke a cigarette.
Hey, yes, sir.
Inside the crashed vehicle, Trooper Ramsey found an older female passenger, Melissa Hitson.
Yes.
As he helped her out, he heard crackling from the engine bay and saw flames beginning to spread. prompting him to move both occupants to safety and call for the fire department. Thomas repeatedly claimed he had stolen the car from his sister. After everyone was secure, Trooper Ramsey read him the Miranda warning. Thomas waived his rights and admitted to drinking earlier, adding that he had been released from jail in November. By the time firefighters arrived, the vehicle was nearly fully burned.
Insurance doesn't cover those that are...
On May 17, 2025, at approximately 5:17 p.m., Trooper Lucas located a silver Chevrolet Silverado involved in a hit-and-run crash at the intersection of Pond Branch Road and Old Charleston Road in Lexington County and initiated a traffic stop. After stopping, the driver attempted to flee and struck the front passenger side of Trooper Lucas's patrol vehicle. Trooper Lucas immediately advised dispatch that his unit had been hit and that he was in pursuit.
1023, I believe the other involved party is 1012 here at Old Charleston Palm Branch. Lexington 109, he just struck me, he's taking off. Go ahead, show me 10-0. I'm going down Old Charleston right now.
Go which way?
Headed towards Gilbert. He's all up the road. Hey, firm. Speed 65.
What's your county's work?
Just turn over now.
Speed's 42. Have oncoming traffic right now. I'm about to attempt to pit.
About 1 mile into the pursuit, Trooper Lucas executed a pit maneuver, forcing the suspect vehicle off the roadway to the left, where it struck a tree and then a brick wall, disabling the truck. The driver was identified by his driver's license as Michael Terrence Sauer. He was charged with first offense DUI, failure to stop for blue lights, and 2 counts of hit and run involving an occupied vehicle.
Lexington 109, 1067. What did I do?
At approximately 9 p.m. on July 21st, 2025, a citizen reported to police that a BMW was being driven dangerously. Officers quickly located the vehicle and attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to comply and fled.
Off at the 1237, but was then come across the hatch mark. 4 westbound, speed 140, Irish due to speed.
Hey.
The driver later lost control while fleeing at speeds of 140 miles per hour, causing the vehicle to crash into a roundabout and launch into the air. Ashley Parr, 35, later admitted to dangerous driving, driving under the influence of drugs, and driving while intoxicated.
Yeah, crash received earlier.